This video is about how to deal with limiting beliefs. Hi, I'm Annie. I'm less of a miserable cow than I used to be. Coming to you live from the greenhouse today. Just kidding. It was way too hot in there. I think it has something to do with the greenhouse effect. In 2019, I've been using a new journaling exercise that has really been helping me to overcome some of my limiting beliefs. And if you stick around, I'll share this simple technique with you. Do you have limiting beliefs? And how do you deal with them? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. In 2019, I've been writing in a digital bullet journal every day. I'm a lifelong journaler, but I haven't always been super consistent with the habit. The kind of journaling that I've been doing in 2019 isn't really about my feelings or kind of rehashing the angst in my own mind. It's more formulaic and practical. Every day there's an AM entry and a PM entry. The AM entry is really simple. Just how did I sleep? Were there any interesting dreams? And then maybe an entry about what I hope to accomplish for the day. What kinds of activities am I going to do? And what is going to be the main focus of my day? And then the PM entry just includes anything relevant or meaningful that happened during the day and any really salient reflections. Also in the morning, I write out several things that I'm grateful for. Now this is the first time in my life that I've consistently kept a gratitude journal. And I'm really impressed with the power of keeping a gratitude journal. It is as amazing as all the self-help gurus say. Honestly, for most of my life, I was always too cynical to keep a gratitude journal. I just have this habit of pessimism. Eeyore is my spirit animal, and Eeyore is kind of adorable, isn't he? My pessimism can be kind of hilarious and adorable at times. But I've become less cynical in the last few years because it's helpful to be less cynical. So in the past, I guess I was just too cool for school. I couldn't do something like a gratitude journal or use affirmations, just too cheesy. But I've been keeping this gratitude journal and it's been really amazing. And my cynicism has loosened up as well because I've actually done some of these cheesy self-help things and they've worked. How I manage my mood and my anxiety is so much better because I've actually done some of the things that I've read in all these self-help books, even if they felt kind of cheesy at the time. And because I've had that experience of success in reducing anxiety, it really encourages me to work on other aspects of my personality. I feel like proud of myself that I really learned how to manage that anxiety thing. So now, why don't we work on limiting beliefs and see if we can get some success there? When you have these successes under your belt, it just encourages you to keep trying and keep setting greater goals. So the limiting beliefs that I have are all around unworthiness and lack of abundance. I think this really affects me in my small business. I've been a massage therapist for 14 years and I really have a hard time making money. So my business has improved a lot over the last 14 years. I'm making much more money than when I first started and I've figured a lot of things out and I'm doing a lot of things right, but it still just isn't that great. But over the last 14 years, after so much failure, like so many years of seeing that number on my taxes, how much money I actually make per year, it's really depressing. And all of that history of failure just is what I see. It's kind of hard for me to see the successes and see how far I've come. Also, our brains are hardwired to notice threat and failure because our brains are trying to keep us safe. And so we are sort of biased to notice the negative things. If there's 100 positive things in your life, but there's one negative thing, that's what the brain really sees. It really notices that threat sticking out. And so in my professional career, I really see all the failures. That's what really sticks out to me. And sometimes I have a hard time talking about the ways that I'm good at my job and how I've succeeded and how far I've come. So a couple of months ago, I thought of a journaling exercise to help with these limiting beliefs. So I added an entry to my daily journal routine and it's called Evidence of My Success and Abundance. And on this page every day, I just write things down that fall into that category. What is the evidence that I am doing an excellent job in my business or in my life? What is the evidence of abundance? And so I might write things like, I redesigned my website and it looks amazing. Or one of my clients told me that the work that she and I are doing together is really, really helping her with her back pain. Or I had a really good interaction with a client today. And I also write down how much money I make. And it varies from day to day. Yesterday I wrote down I made $75 because that is how much money I made yesterday. But on other days, the number's bigger. That's nice. So by keeping this record of my success and abundance, I'm kind of wiring my brain to notice those things. So the brain is already biased to notice the threats and notice the negativity. But when you practice noticing the positive things and noticing the success, you start to see more and more of those things. And then it's easier for you to believe that you are successful, you are abundant. Now, this journaling exercise I use to get over my limiting belief that I'm lacking, I'm not abundant, I'm not successful. But you can really apply this to any limiting belief. So here's an example. Suppose you are a woman who thinks that all men are pigs. They're not honest. They lie. You can't trust them. Now, there are people out there that have this belief. I don't have this belief at all. It's not one of my limiting beliefs. But you might have really good reasons to believe that. Things that happened in your past, situations where men weren't honest, or they were dangerous or scary or just disrespectful. And so you might have the limiting belief, all men are pigs. And that is not true. It's not universally true. All men are not pigs. But if you have that limiting belief, it's going to affect you in your relationships. So this could really get in your way when you're trying to have relationships with men. And so a good exercise in that situation would be to have this journaling exercise and just write down when men are nice. When you have a nice interaction with a man, or you meet a man who's really honest or really trustworthy, a man that makes you feel safe, then you write that down. And it could be something simple. It could be a stranger at the grocery store. I locked my keys in my car, and there was a really nice man who came over and jimmied the lock and helped me get my keys out of the car so I didn't have to call the locksmith. I love men. This is like choking me up. Men are really nice. I don't know why this is making me feel emotional, but men really are kind. And I've never really had this limiting belief that men are pigs. They can be a little scary sometimes. I mean, I've never been personally abused by a man, but sure, if I'm alone walking at night, I could be a little afraid of a man. I don't know. I really don't know why this is choking me up. I think I just really love men. They're just really nice. And when there's a man who, man, this is like really getting me. They're just so nice, aren't they? My partner is really nice. He makes me feel so safe, and he is so kind and honest. I don't know where this is coming from. So anyway, if you have limiting beliefs about men, this can be a really good exercise. But I think that you can apply this to many different limiting beliefs. So let me know, do you have limiting beliefs and how do you deal with them? What do you think about this journaling exercise? If you like this channel, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment. Let's get to know each other. Oh, that's a good hug. That's a good hug. You're a good hugger. That's a good hug.